Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Chit Chatting with Kate Carr. I want this episode to kind of be like a little sleepover, a little getting ready with the gals. I love watching videos that tell interesting stories, maybe because I need multiple different things happening at once. But I love when I watch videos like Cece Suarez, for example. She'll go into the topic of her video, but she's bedazzling globes, she's putting on her wig, she's getting ready for the day, whatever the thing is. I like having both of those things going on at the same time. So we're gonna test it out on here. I just want to get ready for the day. I'm going to be filming multiple videos. So if you watch the videos that are going to be scheduled later in
January,
but you see this one first, then you kind of see my progression. It's kind of like a little inside secret, a little bestie chat. So we're just going to be chit-chatting and getting ready with each other. If you have any recommendations or any questions on the products that I use, let me know. Not sponsored by any of these. These are just the products that I've been trying or using or whatever the case is. Let's get ready together. I'll take a minute. You need a second? Go get your stuff, your hair stuff, your skincare, your makeup, your bedazzling, whatever you want to do with me while we chit chat. I'll give you a minute. Okay, pause me if you need longer because I can't stop talking for a microsecond. So with that being said, let's get ready together and let's gossip the Reddit thread r/AmIOverreacting. If you have any recommendations, so basically what my hair is, I have like the wavy hair when it dries, air dries, and it kind of is like the mermaid waves. It has a little bit of zhuzh in it, but I know my hair has more to it. I'm just trying to find the products that are really working. So if you have any product recommendations as we go along, drop them below, let me know. Let's go back and forth and let's recommend some products for the gals. So my current setup is different than what I usually have. You guys are not seeing it at all, so hopefully you see nothing. It probably looks great on your end, I hope. But I did it so I can do this like get ready style. But with that being said, as it took a little bit longer for me to set up, so my hair's kind of like wet. I did like take a spray bottle and like damp it a little bit more because I do like it a little bit wetter when I do my air dry hairstyles. So I did wet it, but I just showered. So basically this is freshly washed. It's just slowly air drying. I use one of these. Actually, it's crusty. I'm not gonna show that on camera. Just those like microfiber towels. I usually use that for like 5 to 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes though. I noticed with my hair, if it does it any longer, it gets frizzier than it normally would, and it also like holds the shape really weird, like I'm twisting it in, and it just doesn't look good. So I basically wear that for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I let my hair air dry for the most part. That's how I usually do my day-to-day. So you'll see, I guess, how I do this. I also saw like a technique recently that you shouldn't brush your hair after you get out of the shower. Like you should brush it beforehand with like a big comb. So I do that with like just like these. I have one in the shower too, so sometimes I'll use it then. But just basically like it'll take the curl out if you wash it or if you brush it afterwards. I don't know. So that's basically what I did. I just washed my hair, did a little combing beforehand, and just let it air dry after the microfiber towel. So with that being said, I literally just yapped for no reason. I'm not going to talk about every single step. Like I said, if you have questions or anything or any recommendations, let me know in the comments. But I'm going to just kind of do my routine and talk as less as possible as I can about what I do, because I know for a fact if I talk about each product and talk about each step, I'm gonna have questions, and then I'm gonna keep yapping, and it's gonna be so long for me to edit. And this is already probably super long for me to edit, and I literally haven't even talked about the topic yet. So with that being said, that's gonna be why I'm not gonna be chatting about each product or what I do or anything like that. So let me stop myself now and let's get into the Reddit thread r/AmIOverreacting. When I looked up the thread, I wanted to get holiday themed stories. It's
January.
All the holidays are jumbling up and they're right around the corner. So I figured I'd do like a holiday-ish theme. I'm not going all crazy with like super specific. I just typed in like holiday and then kind of saw whatever titles were popping out at me, and then I'm gonna read the stories. So let's get into the first story of Am I overreacting for not wanting to wear matching pajamas on Christmas? Are you somebody who wears matching pajamas with your family? I am a family who does matching pajamas currently. So, I don't know, I think it's fun. You know what, keep that like very precious, you know, keep the spirit alive, I think. I'm just curious to what this whole situation is because, I don't know, I don't see a big deal in wearing matching pajamas. I think it's sweet, and just, you know, if you really truly hate it, you know, we're gonna leave like family dynamic out of it, but if you really truly hate matching pajamas for the sole reason of hating matching pajamas, like just get in the holiday spirit a little bit, Mr. Grinch. But I literally have no idea what this is even about, so let's read the full story. I only see my family once a year. Every holiday season, I go visit my mom and brother for a week, and we have a Christmas day, even if we miss the actual holiday. We do it this way because our mother absolutely loves Christmas and takes the holidays very seriously and always has. Without fail, every year, our mom buys very festive pajamas for us, like elf costume print or covered in cartoon snowmen, and insists we wear them for opening presents and most of the day. For context, I and my brother are both in our 30s. Neither of us have kids or partners, so there's no other family or actual kids around. We humored her as teens and then started being more reluctant about it in our 20s. She says it's a normal thing for families to do and we're being negative for no reason. We tried to explain that not all families do it, so we would prefer not to. Fall is beginning and I'm staring down the calendar towards another set of pajamas, and all I feel is anxiety and dread. Am I overreacting? Is this something I should just bite the proverbial bullet on? Okay, so I think we need a little bit more context in this. Like I said, leaving the family dynamic out of it, I don't see a big deal. I think it's fun, we'll get the festive feeling, but I don't think we have enough info on the situation from OP, other than the fact that him and his brother are both 30, and like they just don't want to do it anymore as grown adults, which like whatever, to each their own also. But I don't know, I feel like it's just have fun, just have a little bit of extra fun. But again, I'm saying this without knowing the family dynamic, so we're leaving that out. I don't know, let's see what the comments have to say. Okay, there's not many comments, but one says, one day she'll be gone. When that day comes, you'll look back and regret this, question mark. Okay, yeah, I like this comment. It's that, just let her know that you appreciate the thought, but would rather not just wear what you come in at the party. And if she wanted to gift PJs, that you would wear them at home, but not expect a costume change at her house. Yeah, but I mean, they're also probably Christmas PJs, so I mean, you know, if it's just one night, sometimes you can bite the bullet, like he said, but I don't know the dynamic again. I think I need more context to have a full opinion on this. I'm like trying to get in frame while doing this. I'm usually all over the place when I'm scrunching my hair. So yeah, I'm just kind of like in the middle of this. I also see, like I said, without family dynamic, why not? Family dynamic included. I needed more details from OP. On to the next. This one caught my eye specifically because I love mashed potatoes. I love me some mashed potatoes. That has always been my comfort food and always will be my comfort food. And it says, am I overreacting over Thanksgiving mashed potatoes? So I work a lot and holidays are really the best time to see family all at the same time. Last year, I made some food and was not perfect in their eyes, and they complained the whole time because I used Old Bay instead of just salt, and the dish was slightly red due to the spices in the mix. Well, now bringing extra food for myself seems like a problem, and adding a basic spice used in almost every recipe isn't allowed. Would I be overreacting or too petty if I made 2 things of mashed potatoes and my mushroom gravy? You know, basic, boring potato boiled and then mashed. No garlic or anything special. My baked, then mashed, and seasoned potatoes and mushroom gravy all for myself, since I'm the one who wants it. So basically, OP's just gonna make 2 batches of mashed potatoes, one to be like, okay, here's my beautifully seasoned and delicious mashed potatoes, and here's some boring basic potatoes. You know, here, make everybody happy. I think this is funny, petty. I think you should go and do it, because, again, leaving family dynamics out of it, but overall, it's like, I brought something and I'm trying to be nice, and I like took my time and cooked it, so like, why are you gonna like sit there and frickin' make all these you know, comments towards it? Just eat it or don't, whatever. And also, like, I've never thought of that. I actually should probably do that one time. Old Bay in mashed potatoes? I never tried it, and I might want to do that. Thanks, OP. So I do not think you are overreacting. I think that it's pretty interesting. And I think it's a funny thing to do if they're like so like, ew, about it. But on the other hand, I'm just thinking like, okay, is this the main dish of mashed potatoes? Maybe you should have just always brought two, because, you know, maybe not everybody loves Old Bay. It is a particular taste and it's a spice. So like, if it's the main thing of mashed potatoes, I do get it. Maybe like, you know, bring just regular, but add garlic, add salt, add pepper, add some seasonings, but don't like overdo the spicy seasonings. But I'm still on OP side. Let's read this attached text thread. I might make the potatoes at home, but I'm also going to bring a mushroom gravy as a bonus. I love it. I'm making a batch tonight and I'll be making another batch the night before Thanksgiving. Then the family says, you may be the only one eating the gravy unless Aunt D eats it. Will the potatoes be cold though? Even if they were, it's called like heating them up. OP says, no, I'll make them right before leaving. I'll pack the pot in a box with a couple towels. They'll cool down a bit, but I can warm them back up in there. I might even use a cooler and it'll lock in the heat if I preheat by putting hot water in the cooler before the potatoes. Wow, they're really thinking at all about the potatoes. I don't want to fight over kitchen space. I get that. I need to be like a loner when I'm in the kitchen and cooking, because I will just get so overstimulated, I feel like, and I don't know, you just don't need, especially like Thanksgiving, like I can't imagine that. Then the family member says, okay, no fighting, LMAO. Please try and make regular potatoes, no garlic flavor. Thank you. So is it the garlic or the Old Bay that was the problem? Because if garlic is the problem, then no, I'm definitely on OP side. OP says, I was only gonna add a touch of garlic powder because almost every recipe calls for it. The biggest difference I wanted to try was oven roasting the potatoes instead of boiling. It's supposed to make it taste more like the soft inside of a baked potato and less boiled potatoes. Wow, I'm getting so much from OP right now. I need to try it this way too. I'm actually going to make mashed potatoes at some point this week. I want to try and make a shepherd's pie. We'll see how that goes. I feel like it should be fine. But I love a good hearty mashed potato on a beautiful any night, but you know, a cold night. So I'm actually gonna try that this way. Thanks, OP. Maybe not the Old Bay, but the roasting instead of boiling. Anywho. And less boiled potatoes. I was going to do a test batch Sunday night with a single potato for myself and see if it's really worth it. But if you don't want me to try it, I can do regular boiled. Family member said, whatever you want to do, I just don't know if everybody would like garlic potatoes with stuffing and turkey. Oh my gosh. So it's not even the Old Bay that's the problem, it's the garlic? A lot of these comments are saying you're not overreacting, but you're definitely overthinking. Yeah, me, I get it, OP. Maybe I relate to OP so much, that's probably why I'm like, yeah, no, OP, you're great, you're amazing, I love your ideas. Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's only mashed potatoes. You're not making the meals, only a side dish. Chill out. Yeah, it is only mashed potatoes at the end of the day. Like the other comments said, like, yeah, you're more overthinking than overreacting. But I think being petty is a little funny, especially if they're like really like talking and complaining. It's like, again, don't complain. And also, you're complaining about garlic. If you don't like garlic, get off my channel. I cannot have garlic haters on here. I love garlic. All right, where are we at? I think this might be good because I feel like I need to do more of this like scrunching process, but I get so like, all right, I'm over it. But like being distracted and doing it, I feel like it's like doing more than I normally do. My thing is, when I do this and it dries, it just gets weighted down so quickly, and my ends do the stupid, ugly, like, straight straw. I probably need to get my dead ends trimmed, but also, like, I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't do that. I want it to hold the curl like this the whole time. So, I'm glad I did it this way, I guess. We'll see if this does any difference. Well, I'll put some more, product in. That's what I don't do, too. Like, I'm too impatient, so I'm just like, all right, I'm done, and just kind of hope for the best. Am I overreacting because my sister invited my brother to Thanksgiving? This one stuck out to me because I was like, ooh, what did the brother do? I hope it's something super bad. I, again, only pick the titles and then go with it. I don't read the story beforehand, so we'll see how this one goes. But what did the brother do? Why are you so mad that he's here? Let's read into it. I love good scrunch. Tried and true. I'm not sure if this is the first in this thread or not, because there's an update in here, so I've got to learn how Reddit works a little bit better with that, but we're gonna read here. I sent a very long, very strongly worded text to my whole family that we're planning on coming to Thanksgiving. I basically said that I will not allow my brother to be there, and if he showed up, the police will be removing him for trespassing. I feel like we're definitely missing something. Oh my gosh. Okay. That I no longer allow anyone in my life who accepts him, and that if they wanted to do Thanksgiving with him, then they can go to his place. They all agreed to my terms. Yeah, I guess we're not missing anything, because you can like apparently go on like the profile and see all this posts that they posted. I don't know. And this only one is the only one coming up, so. Okay. Let's restart. I sent a very long, very strongly worded text to my whole family that we're planning on coming to Thanksgiving. I basically said that I will not allow my brother to be there, and if he showed up, the police will remove him for trespassing. That I would no longer allow anyone in my life who accepts him, and if they want to do Thanksgiving with him, they can go to his place. They all agreed to my terms. I told my sister that she was no longer invited, and that for now, and until I decide otherwise, we will not be speaking. Thanksgiving dinner happened, and there were no issues. My grandma and brother were very proud of me for speaking up and setting clear boundaries and not allowing anyone to push me to do things I'm uncomfortable with. Thank you all for the advice and kind words. I really appreciate it. You all made me feel heard and seen for the first time in my life. I will never again allow myself to be disrespected or gaslit ever again, especially not by these people. Oh my gosh, what happened? Maybe it's coming. It's not like sectioned out well, so I don't know exactly where it's at. Not sectioned out well, like this hair. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I think we're gonna... No, I look a little crazy. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do... So I'm gonna let it dry now. What is up with these curly... Alright, we're gonna rock it like this for now, till it dries a little bit more. Okay. This year I decided to take control and plan my family's Thanksgiving, and we're all having it at my place of work, for it's the only place to accommodate a group of our size. I invited all of my siblings and their significant others, and I even said they can invite their in-laws. I specifically did not invite my older brother. When I was in 4th grade until about 6th grade, my older brother would essay me. Okay. I did not see it going this way. I'm so sorry, OP, but I feel like I have to finish the story now. My parents found out and removed him from the home, but they forced me to see him and have a relationship with him. In 2019, I went completely no contact with him after he punched me in the face repeatedly at my mom's house. Oh my gosh, OP, I'm so sorry. After all that, I told my whole family that I was tired of being forced to interact with him and that I will no longer tolerate it. I told them I didn't care and if they wanted to be in his life, but I wanted nothing to do with him, and that I hadn't for a very long time. I thought they all finally understood me until yesterday when my sister told me she invited him but wasn't sure if he'd show up. I told her that it was not cool at all and that I do not want him here. Now everybody is telling me that it's time for me to forgive and forget so the family can stop being divided. It's always me who has to accept defeat and move on, but for some reason I don't want to give in this time. Should I just let him come and pretend everything's okay? I don't want to have to do that, but I can't keep ruining my family. Okay, so the update now makes sense. Okay. Update. After speaking with my husband, he was pretty mad. He told me that whatever I wanted to do, he would back me up 100%. Hell yeah. I sent a very long, strongly worded text to my whole family that we're planning on coming. I basically said that I will not allow him to be there, and if he showed up, the police will remove him for trespassing. That I will no longer allow anybody in my life who accepts him, and if they want to do Thanksgiving with him, they can go to his place. They all agreed on my terms. I told my sister she was no longer invited, and that for now, until I decide otherwise, we will not be speaking. Thanksgiving dinner happened, and there were no issues. My grandma and brother were very proud of me for speaking up and setting clear boundaries and not allowing anybody to push me to do things I'm uncomfortable with. Thank you all for the advice and kind words. I really appreciate it. You all made me feel heard and seen for the first time in my life. I will never again allow myself to be disrespected and gaslit again, especially not by these people. Okay, so the update now makes total sense. The way it's formatted, I just didn't realize what was the story and what was not. So now it makes sense, and I'm so sorry, OP, and editing, we're gonna put a trigger warning beforehand because I did not realize it was gonna get to this level. Like I said, I feel like I just had to finish this for OP because that is terrible, and I'm so glad that the husband's on your side 100%. Like, he's got your back. Obviously, what are your parents doing? Why are they pressing, like, clearly, that just makes me angry for the parents, but like making you try to forgive and forget, hell no. Okay, on to the next, because we're not going to go down this rabbit hole, but like, I'm so sorry, OP. So Hell no, you are not overreacting because your sister invited your POS brother to Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving like you said you did, and I hope you have wonderful holidays moving forward without that drama in your life. Am I overreacting for planning on getting my mother something I know she won't like for the holidays? Me, 16 male, has constantly not gotten a single thing I've asked for during the holidays and our birthdays for years. This would not be too much of a problem if my brother, only a little over a year younger than me, always got what he wanted. I would like to clarify that none of the things I ask for are expensive in any way. Otherwise, I would completely understand and not get exactly what I ask for. I think getting gifts for me is very, very easy. If you give me anything related to my special interest, I'll be more than happy with it. However, in case I'm too vague, I also have an incredibly in-detail list of my special interests, merch I'd like from that special interest, and links and advice on where to get certain things and how to look out for bootlegs. My mother generally puts no thought into what she gets me. She claims she does, but it's clear she doesn't. She often labels things like that she would give my brother casually with no afterthought as presents, or that things really aren't mine and are just going to be used by the entire household, and gifts it to me. And no, I'm not talking about things like video games or consoles. She literally tried gifting me an air fryer last year. A household appliance. Yeah, the perfect thing for a 16-year-old male. Might have been thoughtful years from now when I was in college, but certainly not when I still have 3 years at the very least until I move out. The worst part is I watched my brother get amazing gifts after amazing gifts. AirPods, a highly sought after, extremely expensive Kelsey jersey, new expensive shoes, etc., etc. While I got jack shit. A small package of shortbread cookies from the grocery store, and other things you could probably find at the $5 or less checkout lane at Target or Walmart. And she explained to me over and over again that the reason why my brother was getting so much more than me is because my final gift was supposed to be really big. Only for it to be a household appliance everybody was going to use that I had zero interest in. I had never once mentioned wanting or liking one. She throws a fit every time I try to make something that isn't in the microwave anyway, which makes it even worse. I was very obviously upset and disappointed and wasn't even allowed to return it. The thing is too big for our kitchen counter anyway. It's literally sitting in its packaging, just sitting in our basement. It was useless in all ways, and it was clear that this was just a way for her to cheap out on gifts for me, like she always does, because she doesn't care about me as much as my brother. Similar things have been going on for years, holiday after holiday, birthday after birthday, while my brother gets everything he asks for and more. I figured since she clearly puts so much thought into things I clearly do not want, I would gift her something that she wouldn't want, benefit from, or appreciate, something that inconvenienced her. Maybe I'm petty. I'm definitely overreacting, but I'm curious to see how she holds up after years of doing it to me. Though, if I'm being honest, I doubt she'd care. I know people say, oh, you should be grateful she even got you something, but honestly, I'd rather her not get me anything at all at this point. I feel it's just like a blatant disrespect or malicious at this point. Feel free to suggest gift ideas in the comments for her. I do not think that OP's overreacting. It's so sad. Like, I get it. Like, even he acknowledged. He's 16 years old and he's acknowledging. I get it. I'm not just being a brat. I'm asking for specific things, or even if you just took a second to care about something that I'm interested in, you could get me like a keychain, but it's related to my special interest and it would mean the world to me. It's because you took that extra second to think about me, especially coming from your mother. So I understand why OP's like, what the hell? Yeah, no, you're not overreacting. And I think this is actually going to be hilarious. Maybe cause some drama. That's not what I'm here for or here to think about later on, but I'm here for the moment, and that moment is, oh, there's no comments? Oh, the post is locked, so I can't see the comments. It only says there's one comment. Oh, wait. It says there's only one comment either way, but I hope this is 28 days ago, so Christmas is around the corner. I hope people will help. I don't have something to comment, nor do I comment on Reddit. I just kind of lurk and do this. But I hope people give him some suggestions, because I think that's a genius idea. It's like, what? You got a skateboard. I got you something. What about it? And like, she literally has not touched a skateboard ever in her life. So no, I do not think you were overreacting, OP, at all. Next. Okay. hair check-in, hair update. It looks a little crusty and crunchy right now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. No, I'm not gonna give up on her yet, because usually when this happens, it like flares out within a couple hours, so we're just gonna keep going. I thought I was gonna start my makeup on this one, but I only have one story left, so you'll just have to go to the next video to watch me do my makeup routine and chat and gossip about the next Reddit thread. So be sure to subscribe. Okay, we're gonna plug a subscribe right now. So you better subscribe. You better be sure to keep up so you can see the next video and where we go on that. Am I overreacting about celebrating holidays on the actual day? This has only been an issue since I've gotten married and my husband's sister and her husband moved to another state. She's constantly asking if we'd all be okay if they came for whatever holiday before or after the actual day for whatever reason, ranging from flight prices to wanting more days visiting, etc. Whenever I say or hear etc., I always think of the scene in Split where whatever character he is at the moment, he goes etc. I think he's like the little kid at that point. I forget the name, but that just makes me think of that. This has caused us as a family to either celebrate the holiday twice or wait to do festivities until they arrive. The new one she tried to pull was flying in on Christmas Day instead of flying out on Christmas Day. They do this because it's cheaper, because in her own words, we wouldn't be able to fly in until Saturday because we both work Friday. She's literally complaining she'd only have 5 days. This one is especially annoying because we've already taken off work for the days leading up to Christmas and my birthday is the day after, so I don't exactly want to have a fake Christmas on my birthday. I like to celebrate holidays with close family once, twice for Christmas, Christmas Eve, on the actual day. I don't like to have fake holidays. Last year we did the whole 9 yards for Thanksgiving 2 weeks early, only to do it again 2 weeks later. It has turned into an argument several times with my husband over the years. My husband doesn't understand why it matters to me at all and says it isn't such a big deal to move the holiday to accommodate them, especially if it will save them money. My thought is it selfish for them to expect everybody else to change their plans because you decided to move away and the cost of their plane tickets aren't my problem? The biggest issue for me though is the magic of the day is lost if you do it any other time. Okay, so personally, I'm half and half with this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm fine with not celebrating on the actual day. Call me a Scrooge, but I also have never had to really, I don't know, for major holidays at least, have to celebrate it on a different day. But I don't know, a couple years ago, like I had COVID and I didn't even do anything for Christmas. I did like a FaceTime and then like went to my family's house like whenever I was better, and then that kind of was just like a little Christmas, and like, yeah, it wasn't the whole shebang, but that's just me personally. I don't know, a lot of people are super gung-ho about the holidays, of course, and like to each their own. So obviously this situation is very sticky, especially because it's not even your sister. Yeah, it's like your sister-in-law and stuff. It's sticky, and it's also like, I don't think you're overreacting necessarily. It's more so like, it just seems like you're very annoyed at the fact that like you have to plan around them, which also I do get your husband's point, because as somebody who like really wouldn't mind doing it a different day, I think that obviously this is such a specific situation. I do get the point of saving money, because literally you could book a flight at 1 hour difference and it'll be like a $300 difference. So I get the timing and them wanting to celebrate the family and wanting to spend the holidays, but maybe you guys just need to come to like a full circle agreement, I guess, on what you guys are going to do for this specific family situation. I don't think you have to do 2 different celebrations. Maybe if you just want to stick to the actual day, like celebrate how you want to celebrate, and then just do like a mini version of it when they come. And then obviously it's like, oh, obviously you want to see your sister-in-law, I'm assuming, and their family and stuff like that. So like, I think that you can have separate occasions and separate it and do your own thing with your own like immediate family, you know, like your husband, and I don't know if you have kids, but like, I don't know, and then like your family. And then just you have your husband and their family understand, like come to an agreement on maybe a specific day, or maybe you guys all pitch in on their flight ticket as a gift for the holidays, maybe, because then you guys can really dictate like, okay, we're gonna pay for your flight, and then that'll be your Christmas gift. Or if you're bougie and you got lots of money, then of course give them more. But I don't know, this one's sticky. I don't think you're overreacting though overall. But I also don't see, I don't know. I'm also I could be, you obviously are at a different point in your life too than I, but like, it's just like, I don't see it. It's, I don't know. I don't have a huge opinion on this if I'm being honest, but it's still an interesting thing because I was like, what do you mean? What did you do? But it really isn't your problem. Like you said, that they moved to a different state, like also figure it out. But also, I don't think you have to stress so much about having to do like 500 different holidays, and like also like what is your flexibility with their plans and like and stuff like that. But also like majority people get off on certain days, so like I do understand like obviously them flying in can be inconvenient when, you know, you're not off of work and stuff like that, but also they should probably have the same type of schedule, and if they don't, then they should accommodate with your schedule either way, or just not make it your specific problem. I don't know, remove yourself in whatever way you can. That's gonna wrap it up for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you are a returning viewer or a new subscriber, hey, hello, welcome. I appreciate you either way. Let's build this gal pal chat. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, because by doing that, you allow me to know that you're enjoying the content that I'm creating, so I can continue creating the content that I enjoy creating, that you enjoy consuming, that YouTube enjoys promoting, and then we're just gonna keep building and growing this beautiful, big gal pal community over here on Chit Chatting with Kate Carr. I appreciate you so much for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!